My name is Courage Jackson. I do IT at Ford Motor Company. IT is really just information technology. I help people out at Ford with their personal hardware and software, so like their laptops, computers, anything like that, and make sure they can work. I'm self-taught. It was mainly through research online and doing projects. They mainly consisted of building computers and other sort of gadgets, taking them apart, putting them back together. Dabbled in different types of technology like robotics and other types of like that. Mainly it's IT. Uh, Besides that, I actually kind of also dabble in a bit of art. I draw a bit, paint statues, starting to get into 3D modeling, but it's mainly just other branches of STEM. So it depends on what I'm trying to make. Say for example, I'm trying to make something similar to like a Funko Pop or some other vinyl figure. Sometimes it starts with an idea or a sketch. Uh, I also try to see if other people have already modeled the thing I wanted to make, because a lot of times there are people who particularly are their profession is 3D modeling. So if I'm able to use either parts of their model or use their model in general, I download that, make sure it's printable on my resin 3D printer, and then once it all comes out, I have to make sure it's all clean, cured, sand. Then comes the painting and putting it together. So it's basically like making your own toys in a way, but you can make them to any size and shape as you want. So a lot of times if I'm working on a project, if I don't have time to go to the store, if I need a certain like measuring tool, like sometimes I needed a caliper, they didn't have mine on me or mine was broken. I had to make one on the fly. There's another time I have to use or make triangles, anything like that. Mainly like little functional tools that you normally would have on you, but if you forget, it's good to have a backup on you. I mainly work with two types of 3D modeling, or 3D printing I mean, FDM and resin, or otherwise known as SLA. FDM is what you primarily think of 3D printing. It's a machine printing solid polymers like PLA, ABS, ASA, anything like that, line by line, layer by layer. That usually makes the functional parts or my bigger projects or that can't be made on a resin printer. The resin printer takes liquid resin and cures it into a solid. That's mainly used for detail, but it's not as structurally strong. I use SLA mainly for making my statues. That's a tough one. My main thing, I guess, is making statues, sometimes figures. There's a lot of talented people online who specialize in making that kind of stuff. They just may not print them themselves. So just finding anything online that looks cool or piques my interest. Mainly just doing the research is the fun part. I do. I mainly make statues for my friends based on commission. I have a lot of friends who are into Warhammer and D&D. So both of those kind of games require a lot of miniature tabletop statues. I also make full scale, or not full scale, also make 1/6, 1/12, and 1/8 scale statues. Those range in size and price. I mainly work with the person to see what they want. I'd say the most important part is just to sit down and really try it. A lot of programs out there do seem a bit overcomplicated when you first open them. But if you don't want to start with the computer 3D modeling stuff, you can just pick up some Play-Doh, pick up some clay, start from there. 3D modeling isn't necessarily computer based, but you can always start somewhere. So right now, I just plugged the flash drive in. It took a minute to scan, and right now it found the 3D model I just uploaded. The estimates are gonna take about 12 hours to finish, but that's just because of how detailed it is. Okay. So after the statue has been printed, you can choose to take off the supports now or do it later. If there are supports in the model, I choose to do it now. Once you remove the supports, you have to cure the model once again because there's a thin layer of resin on the outside of the model. There's multiple ways to do it. You can do it by leaving it outside. More often than not, you have a curing station, and that's what this is. Right after the models have been printed, they have to be cleaned. There's multiple different solutions you can use to clean them. I use 99% isopropyl alcohol in an ultrasonic cleaner. That tends to give me the best results because the more resin you get off, the better your finish is going to be. Okay, so after your models have been properly prepared, next is painting. Depending on what I'm painting, there's a bunch of different types of paint and techniques I would use, but most of the time I use acrylic paints. As long as I prepared the models properly, the paint should just stick and everything should go good.